Hey guys, how's it going here? Grumpy Panda. We're back again with another video. We're going to do a little bit of a review on the new DLC chapter for Dead by Daylight, Roots of Dredge. Okay, so last time we did one of these, it's been a while. So we've actually have not been playing the game on a regular basis that like we have been in the past, but this new killer has brought me out from the shadows and back into the game, or the fog, so to speak. Brought me out of the darkness and the light, or from the light into the fog, I guess is, would be more of a better metaphor. But anyways, we're here for Roots of Dredge, and we're going to talk about this in the patch. I don't know what they did or what changes they made from the PTB onto the live version. And let's just get right into it. Okay, so again, it's called Roots of the Dredge. The new killer is called the Dredge. New survivor is Haddie, Kaur. And a disquieting new map, Garden of Joy. I've seen pictures of the new map. It looks really good. It's my type of map, I'll say that. It's got that Thompson / Haddonfield look. I love the cosmetics of it. I don't know how the balancing is for it, but we'll see when we get into a match. I'm sure the new DLC or the new map will be played a lot more, because that's usually what they do for the new map. They make sure you get it more often than what you normally would. All right, so these are the main features, and then we've got the patch notes right here. They've got new general killer perk. Oh, they got a general perk called Shattered Hope. Now that's interesting, huh? Isn't that interesting, guys? They haven't done that ever. They have never, ever done something like that. That's interesting. That's the first time I've seen that. Okay, we got to check that out. Why would they? It must have been something that's very... They're not going to add something that's a general perk that's not going to be effective immediately. Or what I mean is it's not going to be just a perk like Deja Vu. It's going to be a perk that's going to make an immediate effect that they felt like needed to be in the game ASAP. Maybe to counter a perk that's going to be in the game. I don't know. I don't know anything about this killer or DLC or anything about the perks. Alright, they got the new presets. Layout allows more room to gaze wait, what? More room to gaze. Oh, okay, that's okay. The change. Okay, I thought they already did that. It's been a while since I played, so I thought they already did that. They talked about that in the 6th anniversary. Okay, cool. Reworked add-on driver's license. Okay, that could be good because he's not very good. They added another jigsaw box. I think that's great. Pig needs all the help she can get. They have a new event coming, Twisted Masquerade 6th anniversary limited time, starts June 16th. And they also have a new tome, so that's going to be good and bad because I'm actually behind on the tome. I don't know if I'll have time to do it. All right, so that's that. And I've also, let's get right into Roots of Dredge patch notes. All right. I'll make it bigger for you guys because I'm nice like that. Okay. How big do you want it? How big do you want it? Okay, so new perk, Disillusion. 3 seconds after injuring a survivor by any means, Disillusion activates for 12, 16, 20 seconds while Disillusion is active. If a survivor vaults over a pallet inside your terror radius, this is the killer perks. Your terror radius, the entity will break the pallet at the end of the vault and Disillusion deactivates. Interesting. Okay, so after injuring. It's got to be after injuring. Wait, 3 seconds. So no, I like the idea of the perk, but I don't like the stipulations behind it. Meaning, why does it have to be 3 seconds after injuring? Why can't it be immediate? Why does it have to be 3 seconds? That makes no sense. Huh. Okay. By any means, though, which I like. They need to do that for everything. It doesn't need to be a basic attack. It doesn't need to be they never done just special attacks, but they usually used to do basic attack only, and I don't think that's right because it counters a lot of what the other killers can do. And it deactivates. So you have to to do it again, you have to injure him again, which would probably mean you have to make sure you hit a healthy survivor, but still that means they have to drop it and then yeah, I don't know. It's nice. I don't know. Why is it gotta be 3 seconds though? That means If they do it fast enough, it won't work. So it activates the perk after 3 seconds. That means it's on, and then when it's active, if a survivor then vaults. So, I mean, if you think about it, let's say I injure them immediately, all right? And they throw a pallet down immediately. They're not going to vault it immediately again. Like 3 seconds, I don't even know why they put that on there, but we'll move on. Okay. Darkness revealed. When you open a locker, the auras of all survivors within 8 meters of any lockers are revealed to you for 3 to 5 seconds. This perk has a 30-second cooldown. Okay. Immediately think of Huntress and Iron Maiden. Septic Touch. Whenever I wonder if that would work for Victor. Probably not. Whenever a survivor performs the healing action within your terror radius, they suffer from blindness and exhaustion. Oh, I thought that was... Damn, that's good. That's like the opposite of Fearmonger. That's like the counterpart to it. These effects trigger for 6 to 10 seconds after healing action is it's got to be interrupted. So you want to run this with Sloppy Butcher. You want to run this with, you know, that type of stuff. No, Thanaphobia doesn't work with that anymore. It's got to be... So Distressing would work, but you need to... Well, I guess that's the... You need Sloppy, Nurses. I like that. Sloppy, Nurses... You can throw Thano on there, but Thano's not nearly as good. It has nothing to do with healing anymore. Okay, not bad. I like that perk a lot. Haddie, Kaur, inner focus. When you see other survivor scratch marks within a 32-meter terror radius range, 32-meter range of you, whenever another survivor loses health state within that 32 range, the killer's aura is revealed to you for 4 to 5 seconds. Okay, that's really good. That's like a I don't know how good that is for other... I mean, it's good for you, yes, but why not just run Empathy? Why not just run Bond? You know, I mean, I don't know about that one. I guess it's still good, though. I mean, it's another perk. I mean, it's not the best. It's just there, in my opinion. But it could be used. Yeah, absolutely. After successful killer... This is called a residual manifest. After a successful killer blind, the killer is affected by blindness status effect for 30 seconds. This perk grants the ability to rummage through it. Okay, it's their counterpart to that of Pharmacy. But it has a secondary effect to it, which means it's actually kind of useful. So it makes him blindness. Not blind, but blindness status. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen a killer have blindness status effect before, so I guess that means no barbecue for them. Only thing I can think of. After cleansing any totem, this perk deactivates this perk. After cleansing a totem, your generator speed is increased to 4 to 6%. This perk deactivates when you lose a health state by any means. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, because I know what I'm thinking. You're thinking, why would they ever add a perk in this game that would make it even faster than what it already is? I.e. prove thyself, i.e. just the game in general, i.e. disrespecting killers, i.e. you know, a number of different reasons. But I will say this. They are trying to counter what's in the game already in the meta. They're doing a better job of that, I can see here, because this counters boon totems and the meta of that is behind it, right? Okay, so what I mean by that is you have to cleanse the totem. You can't bless a totem, you have to cleanse that totem, right? There's no blessed totems in this, which I love, by the way. Which I hope they stop the blessings. I'm tired of seeing the blessing totems unless they're just bad blessed totems perks. I don't want to see any more of them. I really don't. I wouldn't really love to see any more Scourge hooks either, but we'll see. I'm not a big fan of them unless they add more Scourge hook availability from 4 to 6 at least. Or make it to at least the basement is there. You know, I don't know. 4 is just not very many, but we'll see. So this is countering boons because you have to cleanse a totem. So if this perk is being used, that person has to cleanse a totem. That means that's less of a chance that a boon will get used in that area. Well, make sure that area won't get used. So, but you always have a survivor that if they use this perk, they're going to have to cleanse it in order to get use out of it, right? So that's quite interesting. But the only problem with that is they can be solo. They don't have to be with someone. So that can be really... 6% is a lot. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought when I first read it, I thought 4% was it, but that's the first tier, so I don't know. Let's look at the general killer perk. Nice. That sounded like a killer perk. When you destroy a boon totem this way, the auras of all survivors inside the boon totem range are revealed to you for 6 to 8 seconds. Okay. UI layout change. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing special. It's nice. I kind of wish I had a more of a oomph to it, like just not just reveal, but like maybe I don't know. It's close to being really good though. It's not a bad attempt to counter what they already got. I see now why they put it in. I see now, because it's too specific to boons to be a killer perk. It needs to be countered for boon mode meta. Okay, I understand now. Layout change. Yes, we see that. They put the loadouts in there. Thank God. Now I can do 3 different loadouts. I can do my my main build. I can do a probably head-on build if I want to, and then my third build will be a wild card build, is what I'll probably end up doing for everybody. Add-on driver's license. When marking a survivor repairing a generator, the generator explodes and lose 20%. That means you're not going to be just disrespecting him. The affected generator becomes blocked for 15 seconds. Jesus Christ. When marking multiple survivors at the same time, the loss of progress only applies once. My God, I like that though. That just keeps you from just being a, just disrespecting. You got to move off the gen. So you have to be marked, not just, you have to be exposed. Adding a extra box to all the matches. Survivors are guaranteed to find the key for their reverse bear trap at the maximum of 4 boxes searched. It can still come sooner, but will never need to search more than 4. Okay. I thought this was a buff. It's not really a buff. It's actually a nerf, if you think about it. I don't know. I mean, is it a nerf? I mean, I don't know, man. You know what this does? It's a buff and a nerf. It's interesting. Okay, it's interesting. Because what it does 3 things. One, it's a nerf. I'll tell you why it's a buff, obvious reasons. There's another box, because that means they don't have to, they have a lesser of a chance of finding the key, because statistically there's more boxes. All right, that's the buff. That's the only one buff I can see. Benefit for the killer. The nerf comes in because they got more of an option. Let's say they can't find the key and they're like, okay, well, I don't want to go over there because I know the gens are over there. I know the killer's patrolling over there, over at point A, A side of the map. Well, let's stay over at B and C side, so where the boxes are at. So it gives them more of an option to find the key or just get to 4 maximum, because they know that 4, they can unlock their trap. So that's good and bad. And then also there's another thing. I just thought of it, but I just lost the thought. There's another nerf that comes in with it. Oh, well, I mean, it's obvious. The killer has more boxes to search for himself. So if he knows that they've already used these boxes or has an idea, then it's going to be a little bit tougher for him. But that's less of a nerf. That's not as big of a deal. It's the other 2 I'm more worried about, or the second one I'm worried about, because if you know, as a survivor, you just gotta get the 4 boxes. You just find the 4 boxes wherever the killer the killer's not going to be, because if you're like 3 gen or something, that's going to be an issue. It's been adjusted to be more consistent overall and have a slightly higher average number of searches needed. Oh, okay, from 2 to 5. Yes, this is a buff. They thought about this. I didn't read that till just now. They thought about this one because people like me are like going to dissect it and just be like, I mean, some pig players have been, look at this stuff, dev note. Some pig players have been camping out in front of the final jigsaw box, blocking survivors from being able to get rid of their trap. With these changes, this strategy will no longer work. We also tweaked, it's a smart strategy. Why wouldn't you do it? Determined to prevent. This strategy will no longer. We also tweaked the way boxes searches are determined to prevent extreme cases of very few searches too many searches, as well as a small above the average number of searches required to escape the trap. Overall, this should make the boxes more consistent, slightly more powerful for the pig. Let me read that again. It's, as well, a small... We tweak the way the box searches are determined to prevent extreme cases of very few searches. So, like, when you get the key on the first... I mean, that's what I said. Okay, see, that's what I've... Okay, now I understand. Look, I told you guys, when I ever play this game and I'm up against a pig with a trap on, I either get on the first try or it's the last try. It is never the second, third, or whatever. It's never in the middle. It's always the first try or the last one. And that's what they're talking about here. That's ridiculous. It shouldn't be a consistent way. You should always be something different. And, you know, RNG, right? So I always felt that it was either if I did not get that trap unlocked on the first box, I was going to get it on the last one, no matter what I did. Just how I felt. Okay, change the text for entity displeased. It now reads entity hungers. Yeah, okay. Thanks for making us feel better as killers. Added a warning message indicating that matches did not count toward achievements. Well, that's nice. Updated. Yeah, I noticed they updated. I don't like it, but it's different. It's got like white fog coming down. It's okay. Okay, I understand the changing it. Last but not least, content, and that is fixed. I mean, it's going to be a new tome starting in about a week. Okay, so that's that. Okay, guys, that is the rift, or the rift. That is the Roots of Dread. I'm just wait. Wait. Sunshine Queen. Wait, what? Ooh, Kate Denson. That's my girl. We gotta get that. Oh wait, I've already got that one, don't I? It's a favorite. We'll see. I may already have that. Okay, guys, and that is. I'm just really looking forward to using the new perk. Really, Septic Touch is the main one I'm looking at. And we'll do some new builds and try new things and see what we can come up with. Some cheeky things, hopefully. And we'll try out the pig. I think I'm going to play the pig some more now. I really like the idea of playing her. And I hope that... I like facing her because she's a different type of killer. I'm always happy to face the pig in the games. You don't see enough of her. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the killer and check out its new power. Okay, we haven't actually looked into what it actually can do. We know a little bit about what it can do, but we want to read straight off from the bio screen. What exactly can this killer do? What are its abilities? All right, load out. Yeah, I think load out. Yeah. All right, and there's the loadout screen right there. Reign of Darkness. Like a dark thought, the dredge is difficult to shake, and when night falls, it is nearly impossible. Special ability, the Gloaming. Press and hold the power button to activate. Once activated, the dredge leaves a remnant behind. Aim at a locker and press the ability button to teleport into it, or press the attack button to return the remnant. So you can actually come back. I like that. The remnant is disabled when teleporting to a locker or when a survivor touches it. Oh, so if somebody comes behind it and touches it. Wait. There's counterplay there. When teleport to a locker or when a survivor... Okay, so if you teleport, the remnant's disabled or if someone touches it. While in a locker, aim at any other locker and press the ability button to teleport again. Oh, I love that. Yes. So you don't have to come out to use it again. You could just go to the next locker if you feel like you... That's awesome. Each teleport consumes a power token. Exiting the locker or returning to your remnant will activate the Gloaming's cooldown, after which all power tokens are recharged. So if you exit or return to your remnant, which means you cancel it, I think, you're going to come back, it recharges it. That's when the cooldown starts. Survivors can place locks on the lockers to slow down the dredge. Exiting them, the dredge can then break the locks by exiting the locked locker or performing a base attack on the lock. Each locker can only be locked once. Oh, nice. I like that. So once you break that lock for the one time, you can't lock it again. That's done. It's only got one lock, which does make sense. It's not like they're going to have unlimited amount of locks. I think from what I've seen, they just shut it. Like, it's pretty nice. The nightfall meter, if you're smart, I wasn't gonna say if you're smart, you're going to lock them all immediately, but you might not want to do that. I don't know. It just depends. We'll see. We'll see. Nightfall meter builds when a healthy survivor is injured, a survivor is hooked, or the teleport power is used. Nice. I like that they get another secondary ability by just using its power, though. It also feels faster for each survivor in the injured state. Sloppy Butcher's godlike. Sloppy Butcher will be the perk used, alright? Not only for this power ability, but for the power perk, or his perk, Septic Touch. Yeah, absolutely. The longer you stay being injured, the better for this killer. So you're going to do a lot of, I'm going to do a lot of heal builds early on myself. Maybe throw on pop, I don't know. We'll see. Once the nightfall meter is full, nightfall begins. During nightfall, survivors must navigate the total darkness. The Dredge teleports faster with a shorter cooldown, and there's no terror radius. You're not oblivious. Wait, is that the same thing as oblivious? Because is there another stipulation to oblivious, or is it just no terror radius? I forget. Nightfall ends after 60 seconds. Survivors restoring the remnant also reduces the time. So where would the remnant be once you do that? Is it when you start it? I don't know. We'll see. And there's the loadout screens. These are the darkness revealed, dissolution, and septic touch. Auto Stamper. Who's that? Who's Auto Stamper? I've never seen that name before. Quite interesting. Before I go, he's a 4.6 killer, 32 meter terror radius, and he is tall. Let's read the bio. The Fold was founded on the private American island in the 1960s, a group of anonymous philanthropists. Their goal was to establish a peaceful society free of dark thoughts and emotions, attracting the dismayed, disenchanted, and disillusioned from all over the country. This peace-loving community thrived over the years, and members freely followed dictates of his charismatic leader, Auto Stamper, who taught his followers the secret of maintaining happiness through joy talk, meditation, and endless reciting of good thinking mantras. PMA, positive mental attitude. But not only was bliss within the Fold, the Auto swiftly banished anyone who confessed to having dark thoughts or speaking dark words. You wouldn't like me. I say a lot of dark words, cussing from time to time. Those he appointed as guardians of the Fold. Is that the thing he called it? The Fold? Yeah. Okay. And Auto swiftly, those he appointed as the Fold, guardians of the Fold, were quickly root out malcontents, banishing anyone who thought or spoke against almost perfect community he had established. No naysayers. In this way, Auto had conditioned Automarians to believe dark thoughts were the root of all discontent. He spoke of an ancient god called Droni, telling them how this god fed on dark memories, desires, and how they needed to expel in all manifestations of darkness from their hearts, for fear of summoning this horror from the land of shadows. Life was more or less utopian dream on the island until that is, the darkness began slowly leaking through the cracks of the spiritual dam, and members began mysteriously disappearing. It wasn't long before fear closed the septic jaws on the island and refused to let go. The once happy community now gathered in a few homes, chanting all the good thinking mantras in a desperate attempt to rid their lives of this formless creature that seemed to stalk them in the shadows and consume them in their sleep. Auto tried to quell his followers, telling them that there were malcontents among their ranks, and that they alone had to summon the Druni to their garden of joy. As the Fold bled fear, Auto evoked desperate measures. Automarians were restricted to their homes to prevent the spread of rumors and dark talk, while sleep was forbidden to prevent anyone from releasing dark dreams into the world. Are you kidding me? You can't even sleep in this place? I mean, you would go crazy after 2.5-3 days, you would be just completely drained. Oh man, have you guys ever, think about this. What's the longest you've ever stayed up without going to sleep? For me, it's been like a day and a half. Without no sleep, and I thought I was gonna die. I wasn't seeing I wasn't, you know, hallucinating or anything, but mentally I was drained. I was hurting, right? And so without sleep, you just, your brain and body cannot recharge. You got to have that sleep to recover, right? Freedom and sleep would return just as soon as the journey was no longer upon them. But I mean, you only got a couple of days before you die. But when Automarians continued to disappear, Otto assembled his followers near the beach, where he placed a screaming woman on a wooden stage. There in the rain, Otto explained to his drenched, alienated, and sleep-deprived congregation that the woman was a journalist here to destroy everything they had created. As the guardians held the trembling woman, she screamed that Otto wasn't the savior he claimed to be. He belonged to an ancient cult, an exclusive club of billionaires that took pleasure in corrupting and sacrificing people, towns, and even countries to an elder god. The journalist told, is this Jane? Told them Otto hadn't banished anyone. Wait, the journalist told them Otto hasn't banished anyone. He had tortured and sacrificed them, and that they would all be next. Without hesitation, Otto slit her throat before she can continue her spread lies. As she collapsed to her knees with her hands clasped around her neck, he told his confused and terrified her that she was working with the others within the ranks, and that they needed to find the imposters before the Droney came for them all. Otto's words shot over the congregation and reached into the murky recesses of their hearts and dredged up dark and fearful things. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, is what he's saying is true? He might be he might be a cult, but is what he's saying about the Dredge is true, is what I want to know. Years of suppressed emotions began bubbling up as a thick fog pushed through the restless legs and feet. Whispers began, and the whispers became panic mantras, and the mantras became screams and curses at each member, accused the next of malthinking and malspeaking. Over the howling wind and pounding rain, the screams and curses grew louder and louder as everyone desperately tried to contain the darkness within, but the harder they tried, the quicker they failed. And within moments, the dam burst to release a torrent of hell. Otto watched his once blissful and joyful herd suddenly erupt in violence unlike anything he had ever seen before. The foe bleated accusations and tore each other's to bits and pieces with hands and teeth, and never once did they look up to see their kind and charismatic shepherd smiling down upon them with eyes that were cold, bleak, and without pity. Oh, that's what he wanted. I see. I see. So he might be the creature himself, is what I'm thinking. Okay. A charismatic shepherd smiling down upon them with eyes that were cold, bleak, and without pity. When it was all over, Otto felt creaking wooden... okay. Why was he without pity? When it was all over, Otto felt the creaking wooden stage shake as the murder crows circled above suddenly. Oh, we know what those crows signify. Suddenly, the ground rose and sank into the thick oozing black mud like molasses. Moments later, a formless mass squelched out of the muck and rose like a rearing horse to feed upon the withering mass of butchered humanity. It was everywhere and nowhere at once as it slowly picked its way through the carnage, absorbing the darkness, savoring the misery, trailing terrible noises, shrieks, cries, whimpers, pops, cracks, feasting sounds, death sounds, dark sounds. Otto watched the creature as it slowly began to manifest in the very thing he had imagined, the very thing he made them all imagine. It turned slowly to look at Otto for a long silent moment. Then the Drunini trudged away through the thick black sludge, disappearing into the shadows from which it had come. Sorry. Why did he want it to be manifested, though? What was his purpose? I mean, I get this creature was manifested and created through the dark thoughts of others, but obviously, I guess the journalist was right about, the elder god. That's quite interesting. That's a quite interesting background there. All right, there he is, right there. He looks pretty cool. I like the way he looks. Very awesome. Very awesome. Take a look at him. Can we turn him? Whee! The shadows. Oh, wow. He kind of takes a minute to appear, doesn't he? Wow. What a creepy looking entity, right? I mean, that's the best way to describe it. He's not really human. He's got human features, somewhat, I guess, but he's obviously about death because these are human skulls, but he doesn't have a human skull, does he? Well, anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please do hit the like and subscribe button. We're going to end this video with this review, about the review right now. So we're going to get into some games. We're going to come up with some builds that are going to work for both the survivor and killer, because we do play both sides. So we'll do that immediately after this. So please do check out the channel. Everything will be down in the description below. So smash that like button, hit the bell icon. Don't miss out on any content moving forward. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And most importantly, we'll see you guys in the fog. So take care. We'll see you.